if you're here, I'm assuming that you have watched 1,000,001 manifestation videos. You've been around the block. I know I have. And every now and then you're like, well, how do I manifest? It's almost ridiculous. It's like, okay, how many videos can you watch? And then you forget. Because at the end of the day, the only job you have when it comes to manifestation is to hold the vision. But what happens is that we react a lot to our 3D reality. As a human, we feel 27 different waves of emotions. Our brains are wired for survival, so it's always seeking like the problems, it's always seeking predictability, when manifestation is mostly, if not always, about possibility and potentiality, so the unknown. And so the unknown is often fearful for the brain. And we have two minds. We have our rational, critical, analytical mind that the global society praises, and we have our subconscious mind, which is the mind that is emotional, which is the mind that holds all our long-term memory, the mind that feels, right? And that knows the illogical thing is for you, that knows that sometimes, yes, you need to be realistic about certain things, especially when you have a lot of predictable things that you need to attend to in your life. It also knows that you need a level of delusion, because hanging out like in the physical 3D and just being so narrow-minded isn't serving you. You're done, you're finished with this. You want to move the F on. So how do you hold that vision? How do you not react to every single little thing that is predictable in your way, or that doesn't go your way, for even like it's not predictable, like you have an unpredictable bill that comes. You make money and then you get an unpredictable bill. Has that happened to you? It's sure it should happen to me. So let's talk about it. Let's simplify it. This video is to streamline it for you, for me, for all of us, honestly, at this point. Before we get going, hi, my name is Atena. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're a subscriber. You know, on this channel, if you're subscribed, that we learn to love ourselves unconditionally, and we set out to manifest our dream reality. So if you're new and that's something you are interested in, you should consider joining the community by subscribing. I'm gonna start off by saying 99% of manifestation is about learning how to follow your intuition, which I view intuition as that inner knowing, the connection you have with God, the connection you have with source, the connection you have with universal energies, the connection you have with your higher self, which is that inner wisdom, that inner knowing that sometimes, have you ever, actually just tell me, have you ever just had a feeling that you should walk a different path, literally like in the physical world, okay? I should walk this way, and then you see something that you were meant to see, or you run into someone coincidentally, and you notice in that moment that you followed this feeling. There was no real logical reason, and it turned out that it meant something, or it mattered. And if you can't think of it, press pause, or after this video, take a moment and think about it, because every single one of us has had that moment, or you knew, I should not have really gone there. I should not have gone there that day. I should not have opened that door. We had a feeling, we ignored it, or we had a feeling and we followed it. Most of manifestation comes to following our intuition and learning how to manage the feelings that we feel. As human beings, we feel 27 different kinds of emotions, right? And if our brains are wired for survival and the predictable, when we see something that's predictable in our way that really bothers us, the brain is going to just hamper on it. It's just gonna go it's gonna hang on to it. And this is why so many manifestation videos tell you to get delusional, because you need a level of delusion to get past what you currently see to get to where you desire to go, right? Anyone who has started a business will tell you you need to be a little crazy to start it, unless you have a lot of funds and you have your parents backing you, your husband backing you, your wife backing you, you got 10 years of savings. I don't know, because it can take a long time for a business to launch. And even if you have that, maybe it's also your ego. I know for me, my ego was a big thing when I decided to start my business, and I needed a level of delusion because I spent 10 years in and out of university. I built up my CV to have the perfect resume, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be here. So it was like more than just the money. It was my whole identity that I had to let go. Take a moment in your life and notice that whatever you desire to manifest, whether it's a partner, whether it's a business, whether it's the life circumstance, there is a balance that needs to be played between being realistic and delusional. One of the gifts that manifestation will give you if you devote yourself to it, and I'm going to use the word devote because you need to show up for it, is that if you just never let go of the vision, you will get there. You may take a while, you may take a lot of detours. You may say, I want to go from Alaska to California, and instead of taking a straight path, you might go into a couple of circles all around. You might hang out in New York City, you might hang out in Miami. This is where I am right now, and you may deter. But if you keep holding the vision, what will happen is that you will have to learn how to manage the 3D in your physical form, in the sense that you're going to have to learn how to deal with your emotions. You're going to have to learn how to hold the masculine structure in a way that doesn't drain you. You're going to have to learn to let your ego die about 1,000 deaths along the way. And if you're anything like me, there is no second option. Because once the veil has been lifted, and I find that it gets lifted in many layers, there is a moment that you're going to reach that there is no going back. There is no forgetting the manifestation. There is no failure in the sense that there is no giving up. You have seen, you have felt in your body which is meant for you, and now it's about aligning your energy. And when I say energy, it's really aligning your emotions, it's aligning your thought patterns, it's taking the moment to raise your subconscious identity, whether that's through hypnotherapy, meditation, tapping, whether that's through psychedelic journeys, whatever it is that you feel inclined to do to get there. One of the reasons why I love journaling, and I used to be way more like, okay, I want to just do hypnotherapy, meditation, but I find journaling just activates something different inside the mind. And this journal is fantastic, Step Into the Chrysalis, because within this journal, we write our identity patterns. We write out the stories that the mind is used to in a predictable way, but that don't serve us, that drain our energy. We confirm the stories that we want to bring into our bodies. We create a sense of urgency because we have to understand that our minds are geared for survival. And so it will naturally run away from fears. But if you learn to hack your mind in the sense that if you ask me what's my biggest fear is to not live my vision and to not go for it. I would rather go for my vision and fail 1,000,000 times than to give up and not even go for it and to not experience it. And when you learn to raise that level of urgency for what you desire, and then every single day you take a moment, like within the Chrysalis, we have this page every day. Seen, heard, loved. You see yourself, you hear yourself, and you love yourself. You rewire your thoughts every single day in the sense that you create a predictable way for your mind to be felt and for your thoughts to be directed, for your energy to be directed. I find that if you want to simplify it, you got to really make it easy. And the only way you can make it easy is to learn how to deal with discouragement, learn how to deal with all the lower vibrational feelings. Because a lot of manifestation will tell you, okay, you got to think high vibe, you got to feel positive emotions, you got to feel it. But you forget that in the reality, this is the realistic part, you're a human too, right? and you feel 27 different emotions, and a lot of them are lower vibrational. And if you only choose to ignore it, they will come back like a tidal wave. But what if you just dealt with it every single day? Like, I've reached this point that I'll literally be sitting at brunch with my husband, with my dog, and I will have a negative thought or I'll have a negative feeling. Instead of brushing it away, in like an instant, I squash it. I not squash it like I ignore it. I'm like, I let it come up. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling this. I wonder what's going on. Asking positive questions, not saying, oh, why do I feel this way? This sucks. I should be happy, blah, blah, blah. That's the worst thing you could do. I wonder what's going on. Maybe I've had too much coffee. Maybe I'm hangry. Maybe this. Can I choose to see past this? Can I choose to feel past this? Is this something I need to pay attention to? And when you make it, it's like, okay, I just got a good idea. When you have a home, okay, if you don't do micro cleanings every day, it gets real dirty. And then one day you come home and you're just like, the house is filth. But if you spend 5 to 10 minutes wiping the counters, putting the dishes in the dishwasher, emptying the dishwasher, dusting, 10 to 15, maybe 30 minutes a day, that sounds like a lot. And then you feel good every day. The home is clean every day. Get clear on the vision, write it down, and literally your only job is to unlearn anything that feels like an anchor, that feels like a weight, to allow the map to be created through your intuition, through your inspiration, to manage your emotions, to love yourself through it, love on your nervous system. There's a video I created on how to heal your nervous system so that you manifest on autopilot. And for some people, it will, for a lot of you, it will clear a lot of clarity in the sense that sometimes when you're not sure what you need to manifest or how to manifest, if you watch this video, especially by the end, you will not have any more questions in terms of how to do it, because we make it complicated when sometimes it's actually a lot simpler than we think. When it comes to the debate between being realistic or delusional, what I've noticed is that you got to take realistic actions, right? And let's take the example of YouTube. There is literally 114 million active YouTubers out there and less than 500,000 that have made it over 100,000 subscribers, right? So you need a level of delusion to believe that you can be part of those YouTubers that have over 100,000 subscribers, a million subscribers plus. You need to literally have a level of delusion, and you need to take a level of realistic actions, right? And so if you don't upload a video, if I don't upload a video, I won't get there. Okay, I can sit there and meditate, but if I don't start a YouTube channel, I don't shoot the video, I don't edit it or whatever, even if I hire editors or like, we need to do it. We need to take action, real actions, right? Can we agree? If you don't agree, write it below. I would love to hear it. Like how to have 1 million followers without actually having a YouTube channel. Okay, what I've noticed is that you got to take the action, feel good, feel inspired. You will 1,000% get discouraged at one point, 1 million points, maybe 100,000 times you'll get disappointed. What I've noticed is that the more you can keep the vision, hold the faith, continue to take those actions, and to unplug, emotionally unplug when you feel disappointed or you feel like it won't happen. So I don't try to stay in the Lululand when I'm feeling a really strong wave of heavy emotions. I don't try to see it. What I do is I imagine literally a TV, unplug the energy, let the TV, let's say the TV, my camera overheats all the time, okay? When my camera is overheating, I can't shoot the video. I need to let it cool off. Do I stop believing that the camera will not turn back on and I can't continue? No, because I trust, I know. And even if the camera breaks, I will find a way to manifest a new camera. I will buy a new camera. I will go to work, make money, whatever I need to do to get a new camera. And it's the same thing with your manifestations. Sometimes you're gonna go, you're gonna go, you're gonna go, and you take too many actions, you become too realistic, you overheat. Too many emotions come. You haven't cleaned the house in a long time. You haven't managed your thoughts in a long time. You need to let it breathe and let it go. Surrender. When the camera has overheated, I surrender. I don't try to make a camera that's overheated work, because it doesn't. So when you don't feel the delusion, you don't feel it, let it go. Surrender. Go manage your emotions. Go manage your thoughts. Go for a walk. Do something different. Go for a nap. Rest. Relax. And when you feel the shift, because you will, I promise you that, you will feel the shift. The house has been cleaned. You've rested. Get right back into it. Get right back into it. And again, so it's like, if you think about the house example, if you keep the house clean regularly, it takes less time. If I don't shoot all the time, the camera doesn't overheat all the time. If I'm trying to shoot 24/7, the camera's gonna heat a lot more often. Practice, build the muscles, build the resilience. Over time, unlike the camera, your emotional resilience will get stronger. Over time, your house cleaning techniques will become faster. It will be less challenging. Same thing with your manifestations. Build up, build up, build up. And at one point or another, you'll be taking actions. You won't even notice the failures. Camera won't even overheat. If we want to even simplify it more, a lot of manifestation comes down to being solution-oriented. Solution-oriented people look for what works, to be grateful, to deal with life's messes, and to choose to go through it and go through the other side. Like sometimes I find that when people get too stuck in the Delulu land, they'll have an obstacle come their way and right away be like, oh, this is a sign it's not working. Oh, this is a sign I should give up. There's a lack of will to push through. We don't like the word pushing through, but shit, girl, sometimes you gotta push through that shit, literally. And when you choose to build emotional resilience, choose to not accept defeat because you already know you're a winner, you don't get discouraged by the length of the journey. You will get discouraged, sorry, no, hang on, because I get discouraged all the time. But the way you deal with your discouragement is different. You know that when you're discouraged, unplug from the energy, go rest, do something that fills up your cup, love yourself. You don't slap yourself back into alignment, you love yourself through it. And at the same time, you don't lag in it, right? It's like when I feel upset, I hold a level of space for me. I love me, but I don't put on my pity party hat and stay there for 5 hours. Well, depending on what it is. I don't stay there for 5 months. I'm like, that sucked. Let me have a good cry. Let me complain about it. Let me bitch about it. Now, what do I want to do about it? How do I choose to feel? What do I want to feel every single day? This is your life, beautiful soul. This is literally your life. No one is going to live it but you. People are going to experience your life around you just as you're experiencing other humans around you. And to that end, just a little side note, you probably need to do a lot of cord cutting. I'm going to link a cord cutting meditation to release the energies of others, because you got to clean up that energy field constantly. Constantly is a strong word. Regularly. And on that note, my camera overheated. So I will leave this video for you to watch next, because I feel like this will help you a lot in terms of next steps, in terms of how to have a healthy level of delusion. And it's linked to a playlist with a bunch of different videos to help inspire you, honestly, because a lot of manifestation is about staying inspired with your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, right? Make sure you click the like button if you've enjoyed this content. Do make sure to subscribe and turn on your bell notification if you're on a self-love and manifestation journey. And until next video, I'm sending you so much love. Bye.